Hello students, how are you? I am your teacher Sarvahit Shah, making this video for all of you. So you all are the students of Flower Grammar School. Welcome you all. So first of all, stay safe, stay home because of the this problem, Corona pandemic. So please stay home and stay safe. So eighth metric English comprehension, it's for the eighth metric students. So let's start with our topic. The topic is our unit 4, Those Two Boys in the Poem. So basically we are dealing with the poem. The poem is written by Franklin P. Adams. So Franklin P. Adams is the poet, and there are total five stanzas. The poem is comprised of five stanzas. So we will deal each stanza one by one. So the theme of the poem is about two boys, Bill and Jim. The name of the boys are Bill and Jim. So let's start with our poem. So as you can see in this picture, in this slide, this is the total poem. So there are five stanzas, basically five stanzas. Those two boys, the poem, you can read it, and it's also in your book. So let's stanza. So the first stanza is, when Bill was a lad, he was terribly bad. He worried his parents a lot. He would lie and he would swear and pull little girls' hair. His boyhood was naught but a blot. So basically this first stanza tells us about the first boy whose name is Bill. So let me show you the picture of Bill. As you can see, this is Bill. So he is making some very funny faces. So he is a lad and he worried his parents a lot. So because of his deeds and because of his actions, his parents and everyone was very much sick and very much disturbed because of him. You can find the new words from this stanza. I have mentioned the new words. The first word is lad, and so lad mean boy or young man, worried mean disturbed or trouble, and blot mean a shameful act that damages on otherwise characters. So when Bill was a lad, he was terribly bad. You will understand the meaning of this word. He worried his parents a lot. He would lie and he would swear and pull the little girl's hair. As you can see in this picture, the Bill is pulling the little girl's ear, and the girl is weeping because of him. So his boyhood was not but a blot. So his boyhood was just a blot for everyone, just a shameful act, and damages everyone's good character. So I hope you have understood the first stanza. Let's move to the next. So the next stanza is about, again, Bill. At play and in school he would fracture each rule. In mischief from autumn to spring, and the villagers knew when to manhood he grew, he would never amount to a thing. So basically in this stanza it is again telling about Bill. So at play, like whenever he was playing, he would fracture each rule, he would break each rule, he would not play like fairly. So he was not a kind of boy who would just rather play fairly, but he was a very mischievous boy. From spring to summer, it means the total time throughout the year, he was of the same kind. He couldn't change himself, like he just can't change himself. And the villagers knew when to manhood he would grow, like when he would become a man, he would again be the same, he would always be the same, he would never change because of the reaction of Bill, because of the actions of Bills. They all were very much worried he would never amount to a thing. So the meanings, the new words from this stanza are fracture, it means break. Mischief means harm or trouble caused by someone. Manhood, the state of being a man rather than a child. Amount, to become. So he would never amount to a thing. He would become nothing, like. So the stanza, when Jim was a child. Now it is telling us about the another character. His name is Jim. When Jim was a child, he was not very wild. He was known as a good little boy. He was honest and bright, and the teacher's delight, to his mother and father a joy. So Jim was the second boy, and he was not wild like Bill. He was a good little boy, and he was famous because of his name. That the name was Good Little Boy. He was honest. Honest means truthful and sincere, and the teacher's delight. It means to please. When the teachers became pleased when he would see Jim, to his mother and father a joy. Now can you see that the Jim is carrying a trophy with him, like a prize, and the parents are very much delighted and very much happy because of him. So the second boy name is Jim, and he's a very good boy. He's a very kind boy. He's a very honest boy, and he never commits any type of mistake. So he's a very opposite boy of Bill's character. So let's see what happens in the fourth step. So the fourth stanza is again about Jim. All the neighbors were sure that his virtue would endure, that his life would be free of a spot. They were certain that Jim had a great ad on him and that Jim would amount to a lot. So again, it tells us about Jim, the good boy, that all the neighbors knew that one day he will become a very good boy because of his virtues. Virtue mean behavior showing high moral standards. So the boy was having high moral standards, like a good decent boy. Because of that standards, he would become a very good man later, that his life would be free of a spot mean a small mark, like there was no small mark in his life. He would be a spotless boy. They were certain that Jim had a great ad on him, like they were sure that Jim would bring very good things for him, good fortune for them, and Jim would amount to a lot. As you can see, the Jim, that he will become a very good and nice man, and he will become very famous, and all the people will be very proud of him. So the last stanza tells us the conclusion of both boys. So first we will know about Jim, and Jim grew to manhood and honor and fame and bears a good name. Like Jim become, when he become a man, so grew to a man, he would become, like he will be honored. He would be honored. Honor mean I respect, great esteem, and fame, the state of being known. Like he would be famous, he would be honored, and he would be a good name for his all family and neighbors. Everyone would be proud of him. But what will happen with the second boy, Bill? While Bill is shut up, sorry, it's the mistake, shut up in a dark present brain cell, and you can never tell. Like Bill will become in a prison cell, and you will never know what will be with him. So he will be in jail. So it is the like conclusion of the poem that the good boy gets good fortune and the bad boy gets bad. Like every action there is a reaction. If you become good, you will get good name, you will earn good names, and if you become bad and if you just do bad things, so the response will also be bad. So let's come to the so the summary of the poem is, the poem is written by Frank P. Adams. The poem is about two boys, a good one and a bad one. The first boy's name is Bill, who is very much naughty and mischievous. He is pain in the neck for his family and everyone around. He breaks the rules in playing and teases little girls of his town. All the people are disturbed because of him, while on the other side there is yeah, an example of a good boy, decent and trouble free boy named Jim. He is an excellent fellow. All the family members are proud of having him. His friends and neighbors also feel good and honor him. So he is a good behavior with moral showing standards. Finally, in the last stanza, the poet concludes this life story of those two boys. The morally right boy, Jim, earns respect and fame in the society when he grew older. On the contrary, the bad boy, Bill, goes into the prison for his deeds and lost for. Thank you so much for listening and just for your precious time. I hope you have enjoyed. Allah Hafiz.